So currently, the discussion of this week is the fact that 40-something million Americans will possibly have their food stamps taken away if the Congress doesn't pass the budget. So there's a lot of debate on the food stamps, many arguing that people shouldn't be on food stamps, they're taking money, they don't need it. Others are arguing that the ones saying the thing I just said are heartless and don't care about the poor, etc. I won't get into that debate. What I would like to address is the fact that there is no need for food stamps. Food stamps are a result of our nanny state government who's always trying to, quote, help. Supposedly, the government exists primarily to help people. Well, you should be able to look around the world today, or at least the nation, and see that the government does not help. The poverty rate is the same or highest it's ever been. All the billions we've been spending on poverty and redistribution for decades has not helped anyone. I mean, technically, in some cases it's helped. What I mean is, overall, the poverty rate has not improved. The number of people on food stamps has increased over time. It used to be, well, I won't quote the stats. I think I don't remember them well, so I don't want to misquote. But the point I want to get to is there is no need for food stamps. There is no need for redistribution. There's no need for help and aid of all the different ways we do it, because there's really no reason for poverty and hunger. I'll leave aside for now the exceptions where people are mentally or physically disabled, and I will even leave aside the fact that many people who are not mentally or physically disabled choose to be homeless for different reasons, either because they want to be or because they don't take action to prevent it. For the rest of the people on food stamps, which is the vast majority, just, quote, the poor, that's what I want to address. So for those people, this is why there is no reason for them to be on food stamps or need aid in any way, especially over time. First, as I have explained in other videos, and I will post those below, there is no reason for poverty. Again, for these groups that are not mentally or physically disabled, there is no need for poverty. In a free market, which is what we could have if we wanted it, in a free market, everybody has a job. I won't go into this in too much detail. I've done it in other places. See the links below. But the only reason we have unemployment is because either wage rates are artificially high or union legislation that does the same thing, pushes up wage rates and restricts the number of workers. In short, there's no shortage of work to do. We can always build more, produce more of the things we're producing. We can produce the things that we'll produce next year and the next year. Our needs are insatiable. Our wants are insatiable. We want more food, medicine, clothing, housing, movies, porn, tennis shoes, you name it. We want more of all of that. All of that could be produced. Whatever we're producing now, we could be producing more of it. And we would, except workers are priced out of the market by artificially high wages. That's the only reason for unemployment. So that's the unemployment side. In a free market, everybody would have a job who wants one or needs one. On the price side, another big problem with poverty and unemployment, poverty and hunger is that prices keep rising. And for many people, prices relative to wages even keep rising. That's uncommon, but still, the point is everything's getting more and more expensive, especially since you've got, well, I'm going to explain how that's a result of money printing and inflation. But a side effect of money printing and inflation is that money that is printed disproportionately flows to the stock market, where rich people get richer by being invested in the stock market, and they have more purchasing power. This is the cause of inequality or increasing inequality, and they spend so much that other people, as I understand it, they're half of the economy-wide spending. They spend so much that the rest of us, they make everything more expensive for the rest of us. It's hard to compete with them. So if you didn't have the stock market printing, if you didn't have money printing in general, which is the only cause of rising prices, I don't care what anyone tells you, challenge me in the comments, make me prove it, make me do another video, whatever. And money printing is the only cause of rising prices. So if you didn't have the money printing and prices going higher, and as I said, the stock market going higher, making a lot of people much more wealthy and driving up prices in that way, then prices would fall every year, every single year, and they used to. And in every country that hasn't printed money, the few that there have been during different periods of time, prices have always fallen. Think about it. If we have a set quantity of money, but each year we're producing more and more goods, the supply is increasing, that same amount of money has to buy more and more goods and services. So the unit price of each good and service will fall. So over time, as we produce more each year, things get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So if you have everybody employed and prices fall every year, everyone becomes better off every single year. They make the same amount of money, but everything gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And that is what would happen, no question, if we didn't have the government, if we didn't all keep going and voting for the government to help us and help the poor. That's the result of helping the poor. It doesn't help. What we need are free markets, and everybody would have a job, and everything would get less expensive every year, and people could afford things more and more every year. So that is my thought on this stupid problem of food stamps and general aid and redistribution to supposedly help people. So consider it. Free markets always work if you let them. And we could have it tomorrow. Really, it would take only months. Quit printing money. Look at what Javier Milei did in Argentina. They had 250% inflation. In less than a year, he brought it down to 30%. We have 3-5% inflation. We could bring it down in less than a year to zero. Prices could start falling in less than a year. Change the unemployment and union legislation in the next year. This scenario that I just said could be taking place at least by 2027. The problem? Everyone keeps going and voting for help. Let's not help. Let's let free markets work.